Okay, I'm just going to make sure we are coming through. There we go. Let me just make sure the sound's coming through.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
You can hear me.
I can hear you just fine. Everyone on YouTube,
perfect.
yeah, everyone on YouTube, you should have audio and video.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Oh, wait, I think I didn't. Yeah, there we go. So hello and welcome, everybody. This is Michele Christensen, and this is the first session of the OneNote Planner Creator Series for 2021. I am really excited to be here with Kurt Söser. He is the creator of the OneNote-Masterclass Planner, and Kurt's going to give us a tour of his planners and some of the features that make it special. We'll be taking your questions and comments throughout this live video in the YouTube chat box. And if you're catching this on replay, you can add your comments and thoughts in the comments section of this video. There'll also be links to reach out to Kurt directly for questions about his planner. You can post or share about this event using the hashtag OneNotePCS, which stands for OneNote Planner Creator Series, or OneNotePCS 2021. And if you want to post about Kurt, be sure to use his now famous hashtag KurtRocks. Before I tell you about Kurt, I want to see if anyone who is with us live is already using Kurt's planner or are here because they're curious about it. So you can type either of those things in the chat box now. So welcome, Kurt.
Welcome. And hi, everybody out there.
Let's see who's here. Good to go. Good to go. Oh, hi, Heidi. Heidi's from Simi Valley. That's not far from me. And oh, hi, Denise. Denise is an amazing OneNote user.
Yeah.
And she's curious about your planner. So is Heidi, curious about your planner. Awesome. Well, we have a really good show for you. Okay, so I wanted Kurt to present his planner because it is really well designed. It's very large, but everything's linked so you can just jump back and forth really easily. And it has monthly pages as well as weekly and daily pages. And what I really like is that I could see using weekly pages some weeks and then daily pages in others. And this planner has a really nice appearance. It strikes a really nice balance between looking good and colorful without being too busy or, too much. And so just to be clear, as with all of my other planner creators, this is not a sponsored video. I reached out to Kurt solely because I liked his planner, and Kurt's not paying to be here either. So Kurt, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
So yeah, where to start? Normally I will always tell that I am a teacherpreneur. So what is that about? I'm started 15 years ago as a teacher. And right now I'm just teaching 1 day a week and started my own business 3 years ago and try to distribute passion, as I always call it. It's something about, I do a lot of teacher trainings. I do a lot of educational, how do I call it? Topics, but I also get into this OneNote thing because of my teaching habits since 11 years, and therefore I'm kind of a weird teacher, teaching stuff, but also doing some business stuff. So that's why I'm calling myself a teacherpreneur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I love that you had mentioned that you do something like 100 trainings a year all over Western Europe.
Yeah, so the last year I reached out to over 3,000 educators, and that was really nice to spread the passion, to give the passion, to pass the passion on, especially about OneNote.
Mm-hmm. And, I like that you talk about distributing passion. I think that is such a great mission. And, when you and I were talking earlier, I was saying that I really feel, even though I'm not an educator myself, I feel very passionate about education and how important it is to, just for pretty much everything, like I think education is just at the root of like so much good stuff that we can do in the world. So, here we go. Oh, so Reginald wants to know, Kurt rocks. What social media are you active on?
So
Go ahead, and we can
Twitter,
all add this in the
Twitter,
chat
Facebook,
distribution.
and Instagram. You can find me everywhere with my not only with my hashtag. It's just my unique name, Kurt Söser, and therefore it's easily to find me. There's just one Kurt with this special name in Austria. So
yeah, and we can put links, any links to your social media,
yeah.
in the show description as well. And John says, "Thank you so much for sharing your gifts." Oh, that's awesome. I love that. And I know, that's something that's really great for teachers too. I think, to give them support and help teachers keep their passion going.
Yeah.
So that's great. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. You can share your screen. There should be a button at the bottom of your screen.
I think I will share this one, and then I'm in my OneNote calendar.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, there it is. Perfect. So why don't you just go ahead and take it from the top, give us a tour, and then I'll jump in and give you any questions that people ask or any questions I have.
Perfect. Yeah. So this planner was maybe I start with the behind the scenes because it was just a proof of concept if I could do this. And the most important thing of this planner, it's of course it has 366 days and much more days because there are 18 months right now. But the most important thing is that there are internal links. So there are the basic stuff like a yearly planner or yearly overview. There is a section about people where you can put in some really nice things. I will come back to this in a minute. There is a notes sections where you can put in lists and all kind of things. And of course, there are weekly pages. So I created weekly pages in this planner. I hope this can be seen. And as I mentioned, it's already started in August. So the plan is about 18 months, not only for 2021. And the actually interesting thing is that there are links in it. So every time you find this blue thing, you can click on it and it will jump directly onto that page, onto the daily page. So right now we're here on the 24th of April, or let's switch to today. It's the 16th today. Yeah. And as you can see, these are the daily schedule. I will make it a bit bigger. So I've put in on some daily schedule and some notes, and you can take here lists. And the most important and interesting thing, I think, in my opinion, is that you can use this navigation pane to jump around, and it will bring you exactly to the dedicated day or back to the week. So if we want to do something weekly planning, I just go to week 43 and boom, we are back in the week. And there's another navigation pane going on right here. So this is just basically links with icons, and I can easily switch between month, or in this week between the next week. So it takes me to the next week. And
all right, let me just clarify that. So those buttons on the left and right, if you're on a weekly page and you click, say, the right hand button, it'll take you to the next week.
Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah,
but if you're on gotcha. Okay, great.
And when we are on the monthly view, then it will take you to the next month, of course.
Oh, that's so cool.
So these are actual internal links, and that's quite a OneNote hack that you have to do to get this work. And therefore it works even if you copy these sections to another notebooks, and you can easily make use of these links. And as you can see, there are also notes pages in it with the navigation pane and with the small calendar in it. And you can easily jump back to the contacts. And as I told before, there I made some templates for this. So in every section, as the OneNote diehard user know, there is the possibility to make templates. And therefore, if you use this wiki style thing, I will take this one if I hope I do not make a mistake.
Perfect.
Perfect. And as you can see, it's creating a sub page, and you can easily click on this sub page. Okay, there is the template on this. Then
And I even get the rock star.
Yeah, but you can fill in whatever you want, and I put in
Yeah.
some icons from the emojis, and therefore it's kind of self-explanation how to work on this.
That's
And
great.
it's the exact same thing is when you are using your notes in the monthly overview, as I created sections for the month. And when you just add a new page, it will always create a new notes page with a dedicated calendar view where you can easily jump between every days and every weeks. And so it was, as I told at the start, it was just a proof of concept. If I could do this, and I really thought about this, how to work these things out and create this from scratch, and it turned out really cool for me.
Yeah. Can you show us, so we do have a few questions in the chat I want to get to, but
Perfect,
can you go through your icons at the top and just show, like, because they're icons, which I like, but what they each go to?
So actually this is back and forth. So in the week view, as we already told, it scrolls through or flicks through the weeks. And then we got the overview. So coming back to the overview, where you can find just one page with all the weeks and all the month links and the notes, the links to the notes. Oh, I have to change this to English. Sorry for that.
Sorry.
And if I go, for example, to this week view, there is the link to the contacts. So do the contact section. And if I take this one, this is for the list section, as I call it. So if you add a new page here, then you get lists with where you can fill in things you want to do. I just put in a template with names, but you can use it for everything you want.
Oh, so that's interesting. So, like probably all of us OneNote users are kind of list nerds. We like lists.
Yeah.
So you could have a list of places you want to visit, a list of wines you want to try, a list of books you want to read, this is your section for lists. That's really cool. And is when you just zoomed out, so this is what the list pages template looks like. So, and this could be like a tracker too. Like if you wanted to drink 8 glasses of water a day, like these could be your days of the month.
Yeah. For example, you said drink water. Drink water, make it bigger and not with the name, and then you probably could put in some dates like the 16th and so on. And I just use the tags from OneNote so that you can just check off this thing. But it could be easily adopted, so you can put in whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being so useful. I mean, there's so many. That's just such a great template, and it's like already I'm like, oh my god, there's a million things I could do with that. Okay, so the icons at the top, the first one that looks like an open book that takes you back to sort of
the overview.
To the overview.
To the overview where you get the basic links to jump into this. Of course, you can make use of the OneNote navigation pane, but I think it's pretty interesting to see when you are on an exact date and you just want to look what's at the end of the week from this week or next week, then just click on it and then you're there and switch to the next month. And for example, here's the monthly overview and what's going on the 23rd of March, and then you're in there.
Yeah, so we have overview, and then the second one with the people that goes to your contacts. The third one that looks like a stack of books that goes to the lists.
To the list, so that's the yearly overview. So
and
we'll always take you to the yearly overview where you can find all days in 6-month columns. And going back to this icon, this is the monthly overview.
Okay.
from where you are exact. So we are right now in the March section. So it always takes you to the monthly overview. And I put in here some direct links if you wanted to go to October. Once you got the game, how to create these internal links, it's pretty fun to create these. And I think it's no secret how to create this, but so I could really show this. The problem with the plan is there are thousands of links in it, and it has to be well designed that everything. Just to be clear, I need a link that so this one this icon. I will make it bigger. So this one has to take me to April 21st. So when I have a look at the link. Oh, come on. So here we go. So how the link is created. I think that's no secret. So this is just the text that is displaying. It's only an icon. It's an emoji. And this is the address, actually. So, and this, of course, takes you to the next month. And there we are with this. I call them relative links, not absolute links, but relative links. So they're still working if you're copying this outside this dedicated notebook. Because,
and then there was one more between the year. So the icon with the 31 is our monthly overview, and then that's our lists section. That one, that last
and this
one.
one takes you to the notes. So if you,
notes, right? Okay, because
I've just put in one notes page, and on the notes page, probably I'll make it bigger. This is just a table where you could put in things, and that's the small things I really like about using a OneNote planner, not a PDF planner, because as you can see, if there's a table, then the table grows when you put in things. So you do not have to care about overwriting the next cell. When you're using this on a PDF planner and you put in some words or put in some notes, then you, as a PDF planner, always works as a background picture. Then you will always get some overlay. And of course, I put in some grid lines, but these are just pictures. So for the ones like me who like to draw, they can easily make use of this drawing pane. Oh, sorry for that. Hello world. And I put in some lines and some grids. But these are basically just pictures.
And then I think you mentioned if someone wants to add an additional note page, it'll pop up with this template?
Yeah. So it's just a add page. And in every section there is, I made the exact template. So when I add a page, then there's exactly this template popping up.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever section you're in, if you add a page, you'll get the correct template for that section. Yeah. Oh, that's great. And... oh, there was one other thing, and we are going to get to, there's a bunch of comments in the comment section. But so we're on a daily page. You had shown me that there was extra room on the daily page if you need more lines in one of your sections. Yeah, see, so even if you stay on that nice background you created, there's plenty of room. Yeah. So
the background of the page is just a picture I put in, make it a bit more appealing for me, I think. And but basically, of course, it's a OneNote page, so you can use this in a small view and add all your thoughts beside that. So
yeah. So yeah, that I love that daily page because I feel like it just really has that perfect balance. Like it's colorful and easy to look at, but it's not too busy, you know.
Yeah, I was looking for a lot of paper planners when I did this and thought it would be a nice. I got inspired by some paper planners and therefore I thought this would be most useful to have a daily like an half an hour view and put in some notes and they're all tagged. So that's one thing I really encourage to use because. As you know, you can use the OneNote search also for tags. So if this is an important tag, then you can, of course, search for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing behind that, to make the best of the OneNote environment too.
Yeah. I actually have videos on my channel of using search in OneNote for Windows 10 and search in 2016, and it's pretty powerful. You can really, search for, and especially the to-do tag, you can search for completed or not completed, which is kind of cool. You can say, show me all my undone tags. Okay, let's take a break for questions and comments, because we have a lot. Let's see how many people are here with us. 34 people watching right
Perfect.
now. That's awesome. And, Kurt and I are 9 time zones apart. So this is like so cool. I love it. And we do have people from in a few different places in the world here. UK, Kansas City in the US, Memphis in the US. I know Denise is in Texas. And then we mentioned Heidi. She's in California, not far from me. Okay, so Denise put in the hashtag OneNote Pretty Pages, which is a hashtag we use to denote, like nice looking OneNote pages. And I think when we were talking earlier about training teachers and keeping teachers passionate and stuff, John says, thanks for sharing your gifts, and please keep the OneNote fire burning. So I love that. We have Yorktown, Virginia checking in. Hi, John. So John wants to know if what this would look like in the light theme. Are you using the dark theme right now?
I'm using the dark theme, but
okay.
Let's see there to switch on the light theme. So this is the light theme.
Oh, it looks really nice. It looks nice in both. It really just, whatever you like.
Yeah, I actually, when I put on the light, so that's my main work. When I put on the dark theme, I use for the pages, I use the light background that you can, I love it to have the dark pane right here on the left to navigate. So the navigation pane, I love this, and have the light background in OneNote. So to be completely dark, it would look like this. If you're using the OneNote Windows 10 dark theme. So of course everything that is white will be right now really dark. And if I change it back to the light theme, everything, then we got this. And yeah.
And so how do you do that, where you get the navigation pane dark but the OneNote page light?
If you set up your app color to dark, then everything goes dark. But there on the view, you can switch background.
Oh, that's so
that's
cool.
where you just can make. I will add a news page. So that's actually a blank page right now in the welcome section, and that's white and that's black.
Oh, that's so cool. I can't be the only one on this live stream that did not know that. That is so cool.
Really? You never
I did not know that. Yeah, that you could, because I've used light and I've used dark, but I've never combined them. And I'm just curious why you have that preference, that you like the navigation pane dark, but you like your page light.
Kind of splits for me. So it's for me, it's a better overview. Of course, I like the dark UI. I love it. I have it everywhere in Outlook, in Word. So I love the dark UI everywhere. But when I'm teaching or when I'm doing stuff, especially with the stylus, then I really love the white paper. And there's another cool thing I'm not sure you're aware of, that right now I've written in black, or now in yellow. So if I switch the background, then that's really cool. Then it takes black is going to be white and yellow will be another yellow, so it pops out, and that's some really cool thing. So if you're using, for example, in the black back page this color, okay, and then switch back the background, you see it's a completely different color.
Oh, that's neat.
So you don't have to bother if you're writing in the correct color. Because
that is really cool.
It's really with
it like adjusts the color to work kind of the same way, you know, it worked against the white. It just makes it a different color, but it works the same way. Like it has the same level of contrast or whatever. That is really cool. So we got a couple bonus tips there. Okay, so that was one question, what it would look like in the light theme. And when we were talking about lists, how we're all like OneNote, we're all like listeners. John says, yes, lists are king. Hi, Alfredo. He says, thanks for sharing. Caroline, hopefully I got that right, wants to know, is there a link between the calendar in OneNote and the Outlook calendar?
Oh, that's one of the most asked questions. And the problem is, to be honest, there's no possibility to make this. Because OneNote does support insert and meeting details, but there is no connection like an Exchange or like an eCal or an ICS file format going on. So that's the biggest problem I know. And I always, if I could wish something from the OneNote developer team, then it would be this kind of integration between the calendar, between every calendar, just an eCal file or an ECS link or Exchange thing, and put things both way with a synchronizing thing. And the other thing that I always get asked is because I made especially week views, and there are a lot of requests that if you put in something on the week pane, then it would be nice. So here is, for example, here's an example. Then of course it would be nice if it would put this word right onto the daily page, but there is no way to do this.
Yeah.
It's not Excel.
Yeah, and you know, it's not like, you know, Google Calendar, Outlook, they all do that. This is more like a kind of like when people would use a PDF digital planner. It's really more like a gathering place or a place to handwrite or type out things to kind of, you know. So yeah, it's a shame, but it's still a really cool planner. Oh, Denise says she also uses emoji in her planner as hyperlinks to other pages, websites, or spreadsheets too. And, you know, Denise turned me on to a really cool trick that, like, you can use an emoji. Like, say you're taking a flight and you have your flight details on a page. If you use the airplane emoji as the first character, you can see that page has your flight details right there, and without seeing, you know, the whole page name. So you can really use those in some interesting ways. Okay. So we have the UK checking in. We have Colorado in the US checking in. And Miriam wants to know if you can change the colors of the design. And I'm going to try and say this, but I might. Can you see the comments, Kurt, or not?
Yeah, I'm just looking on the other device a bit on the YouTube comments. There are a lot of Austrian guys out there. So
yeah, so
hello,
Miriam.
Yvonne, hello, there's one from a colleague from Germany. Hello, everybody out there. So nice to have you here.
I know, isn't this cool? I love it. When Kurt and I were planning the time, I was like, you know, if we do it at 10 o'clock your time, people might stay up to be with us.
Yeah, they're diehard fans. Oh no. They're really, really cool colleagues, and they're really doing awesome stuff in their OneNote teaching style. So I know them really, really well, and therefore it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, you know, just diverting for a second, I couldn't believe you were telling me you had an online conference with like 3,000 or 4,000 people enrolled. I mean, that's incredible. Like, that's like mind-blowing. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so if you can see the comments at 1:23, well, it was 1:23 my time, so it's probably 10:23 your time. Miriam says, can you change the colors? And then she has something in German that I have been studying a little bit of German in Duolingo, but I'm not going to try and read that word because I don't think I can read that yet. It's Gru aus Karlsch.
Let's see if I can find it. Karlsruhe, okay, so that's German. No, the problem is when I create this thing, I have to create it every year from scratch. So every page with the color on this is designed by hand. So
Mm.
if I want to change the color, for example, if I want to make this green, then I have to change 365 daily pages. It's
Gotcha.
the problem that there is no how to call it in the IT business. It's
Like not a
CSS
default
styles or
setting.
something like that. I don't know this. So there's no template for colors
Mhm.
in OneNote. It doesn't work that way.
And what does that phrase after she wrote, can you change the colors? What does that mean?
It's just meeting greetings from Karlsruhe, and Karlsruhe
Oh, okay.
is the town in Germany.
Greetings. Yeah, so you mentioned a few people. Okay. Oh, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. She's in Sweden.
Oh,
She says, absolutely love all the work you put into this planner. Amazing with the heart
thank
eyes
you,
emoji.
thank you.
So Denise doesn't have the switch background option on her version. What are you using? You're in OneNote for Windows 10 aren't you on a Surface, or what are you on?
I'm right now working in my Windows environment, so OneNote for Windows 10.
Okay.
And this should be activated in every OneNote for Windows 10 version. Even it is activated in the OneNote desktop, so former called 2016 version. So they
Okay.
put in the dark UI, and there under View, you can switch the background.
All right. So hopefully that helps, Denise.
I hope.
In the chat, everyone's saying hello to each other. So these must be, all of your educator people.
Community bringing together.
And I'm going to try and say this, Mak Merdad. Oh yeah, Kurt, my one and only guru. Wash hands. My one and only OneNote guru.
Okay.
See, Kurt really does earn his hashtag. Kurt rocks. Like he really, that's an accurate hashtag. Elizabeth says this awesome planner is free for OneNote Masterclass members, as far as I know. And thank you, Elizabeth. We are going to get to that, so stay tuned if your ears perked up at the idea of OneNote Masterclass. Oh, and then Yvonne is commenting. Oh, okay. So you know what? This is amazing. Yvonne Zauner.
Yep.
I don't know if you. Yeah. Okay. She just figured out Denise's problem, and this is like something that totally lights my fire. Like I love it when bringing people together and sharing knowledge and having people solve problems and stuff. It's just this is amazing. I love it. All right. And Cynthia wants to know, I think we just covered this, but what version of OneNote are you using?
So that's Windows 10, and I'm looking at the About things. So actually, I've activated the Office Insider to get the new things, but the background and the black UI is not only for insiders. It's been there very long, but right now I'm on this version. So I think everybody can activate this, so there's no secret to get into this insider thing. And be sure to just use this at the options. Always put on the OneNote preview. So that's what I have no problems with OneNote since 6 years that I'm using this option. So it maybe sound like, oh my God, there's some unstable thing, but it's just working for me.
So, yeah, Miriam Kirchman says greetings. John Much gives you a thumbs up and says Kurt's newest biggest fan. So Reginald wants to know, are there any, in quotes, container issues to deal with when layering the graphics? So Reginald, I'm not sure if you mean when you're using Kurt's planner or if you wanted to create something like this. So Kurt, why don't you address, do people have to deal with container issues when they use your planner?
So actually, to give away some secrets about this planner, so this is just a basic container, as you can see. So you can drag it around, and this is freely to move around. So if you want to put out the schedule on the other side, so there's no problem. Then this section. So this one with navigation and the to-do list and so on. This is actually a table within a table. So of course it's a container you can move around, but to not to get problems with this layering thing and so on, I have created everything. I have created a table within a table. So there should not be any container issues about this. Of course, if you make a new container, and then you have the overlay like everybody knows in OneNote. But if you just use the table thing like this one, so this is actually one cell of a big table, just one big cell, and therefore there is no container overlay. I hope this answers a bit the questions or gets the idea through.
I think so. I mean, it answered it for me, so I think that should be good. And Reginald, just asking, you can weigh in again if we didn't hit your question. Oh, Elizabeth said she's staying tuned because she wants to find out about the masterclass. That's awesome. And I also wanted to point out that this planner does start in August, so last month of 2020, and it goes all the way up to the end of 2021. So it's really that's like a 17-month planner, which is amazing. And I was kind of joking around that, a lot of us in the US have just had a heck of a year between fires and the COVID and this, that, and the other, that if you really need to restart, if you need a reset, you need a new planner now, this has you covered. You could start this tomorrow. So I think that's all of our questions on the planner. Once people buy this, how do they actually get it?
So that's, I moved this, I started this 3 years ago, and then there was a small site I set up, and I moved this to my OneNote-Masterclass, and I will just show the landing page. Mm-hmm. So be aware that everything in the OneNote-Masterclass is in German, and I will come to that maybe later or in a minute. But this page, I tried to put in my best English, and I hope it's easy to understand that how to get this thing. It's based on a subscription because this is how I ran the site, but you can easily order it today. And once you have ordered it, you get on the exact same page. I will put it in how this will look like. So that's the exact same page when you're logged in, and when you're purchased this thing, then you can open it online on the exact same page, or you can download the OneNote 2016 patch for the desktop users.
Okay. So yeah, once you buy it, and the purchase page is, I think, pretty easy. And if you, when I open any of your pages in the Chrome browser, I get an automatic translation. So it's really, that kind of blew my mind. But yeah, and I found this process easy to navigate and easy to look at. And then when you show that page where you can so if you click open online, it'll open in the person's OneNote online like web access account, and then they can just use it from there. Or if they know how to do the package and put it into 2016, they can do that as well. And Kurt's the actual person behind this, so you're meeting him. He's here. And he will support you if you have any trouble.
So actually, if there is some, I hope I put in some how to when you have access to the planner, to this online version that explains. I will put on this, so that's in the exact planner. So where you can actually find the steps you have to take so that you can use it on your own. It's all because OneNote does not really work well. OneNote, the app, does not really work well with templates. So we have to make this one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited how the other creators are using this, are solving this problem, how to get the templates.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone has said, kind of echoed the same sentiment that OneNote doesn't really have a good way to distribute products or sell. And I think you and I even talked about it, that there's someone else you mentioned that's selling templates, but they keep them to just one page because it's so hard to deliver a pre-formatted notebook.
Mm-mm.
So hopefully we'll get on that. Okay, so let's talk about your OneNote Masterclass, which
Okay.
is currently, German language. But again, I did open it in Chrome, and all the titles and stuff, the content's still in German, but a lot of the navigation and stuff is in English. So take it away. Tell us about your
Yeah, so
Masterclass.
actually it's a really long planned project I did right now in May and June. And I always thought I wanted to put together not just features, what you can do with OneNote, but I wanted to put together a community. And that's the most important thing about this OneNote Masterclass. And I started to create a lot of videos. So the OneNote Masterclass is packed with 30 plus feature videos where you can, for example, I will just put on how you use sections. So if you are really new to OneNote, you can have a look at these videos, and I'm explaining what you're gonna do, what you expect, and all from my 11 years of OneNote usage. So I put in some, as I call it, OneNote Masterclass tips, a lot of undocumented features that I've found, for example, the links. And right now I'm doing this. I'm creating not only for the Windows 10 version, and as you can probably see here, this one is already ported to iPad. So these are just the videos, the feature videos, where you can see small videos of how to create sections and what you can do with OneNote, for example, here in the iPad app. Okay. So this is one thing. Then I have some templates, also some other templates, not only for calendar, but also for some lists and other things that you have access to. And then I do some tips and tricks every 14 days or every week, where I put in not only features. So I just want to tell some really behind the scenes tricks that are not documented. So on the Microsoft, in the Microsoft world. So this is, for example, about how to hack your OneNote and gets what I call the OneNote Magic Link, where you can do everything with your OneNote notebook. And basically there are blog posts. And there's a community behind that, where we gather around in Microsoft Teams and can exchange and do a lot of, hopefully, question and answers. And every 14 days I will go live with my OneNote Masterclass events, where I talk about certain topics. On Friday there's the next one talking about hardware. So what's the best hardware to use with OneNote? And has not necessarily be a Surface. And that's a whole package. And as I call it, there will be some courses to learn OneNote for the beginners. And it's a membership site to bring people together. They are crazy like me about OneNote and want to learn more. And
That's very cool. And you use Teams for the community, right?
Yeah. So actually behind the community, there is a Teams community. And that's just a link right now. Because I'm not logged into this. So
gotcha.
that's therefore I got a problem. But in the Teams community, we can exchange, and probably I will open it up. So I think there are no secrets in this community right now.
Well, what I liked about that is I really wanted to, when Teams first came out, I really wanted to jump on it, but I don't have any coworkers or anything. So I really appreciate having the opportunity to be in there and experience Teams, so I know how it works. And when people talk about it, I know what they're talking about. So if you're looking for a way to, experience Microsoft Teams, this is great.
So that's let's look at the Microsoft Teams OneNote Masterclass behind it. And as you can see, I've posted our session today here, and hopefully there are a lot of members coming into this session.
And these are the sections within Teams.
So
yeah, so you have 1, which is OneNote features, 2 is tips and tricks, live sessions, etc. These are all the spots in, what are they called? They're tabs in Team, right? Or are they sections?
Yeah, channels.
Channels. Gotcha. Channels. Yeah, channels. Okay. Oh, hi, Linda. Yes, there will be a recording. It'll be right here at the same link that you're on. So
answering to Elizabeth, yes, the planner is included into the membership of the OneNote Masterclass. So if you are gonna choose to be a member, then you get the planner for free, of course, because it's one of the templates. And yeah, Denise.
Okay. You know what, Denise, we'll go back to that in a minute. There's just a couple things I want to finish wrapping up with the talking about the membership site. So it's a membership model, and you add content every 1 or 2 weeks plus live streams. And then there's a community in there of people that, you know, like us, that love OneNote. So that's really, that's cool. And then you, yeah, I like that you had undocumented. I didn't know there was, like, you know, undocumented tips. That's pretty cool. And Kurt does have like some insider ties here. He's very dialed into the education community and even into like the people that work on OneNote. So that's really cool that we have access to his undocumented, you know, secret hacks. And you have, and so, okay, so it's in German though. And tell us about,
yeah, so actually
plans for English.
This fall I will try to finish the iPad series to get the feature complete, what you can do on the iPad. For example, as you I just discovered how to make links in the OneNote iPad app. This is not official. You can't make this officially in the iPad app of OneNote, but I discovered how to do this. And therefore, these are such small things, and this will be finished in fall, also with some courses for example, OneNote class notebooks and so on. And then in the next year, I will try to translate this to English. So, and that's a big call out and shout out and to everybody out there who is speaking English. Why we could team up together and help each other, and I would be gladly welcome everybody who want to help me with this OneNote Masterclass to put this into English and reach audience and put in their experience, because I know there are a lot of people like Denise and all the names are right in the chat. Everybody knows something different, and that's not only for an exchange in the community. I think that's would be great if we can put this together in this OneNote Masterclass thing and spread it out. You're welcome.
I totally agree. I love it. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, once I got into the masterclass, I was like, oh, I got to have more access to this. And I have started studying German in Duolingo. So I'm just learning the first few words. So, so that's very cool. And you have, I think we put in the link to the description, there's your 60-second video that talks about the masterclass. And then you were also going to put in I think you're going to create a link for a waiting list for English speakers.
Sorry for that. I didn't have it right now, but I will post it right under the YouTube video. Okay. Yeah. Afterwards, if I am finished, and there's just for interest, because I was thinking about this, how to differentiate between someone who wants to help, who wants to actually work with me, and someone who wants just be informed that there is the English version released in the spring of 2021. So
it's really two separate interest lists.
So I want to make a clear distinction between these two.
Yeah, and send those to me because I can put them right in the video description. Okay, perfect. And just out of curiosity, if you're for the people that might be interested in helping, what if they don't speak German? Could they still be helpful, or would they, because you're looking for translation help?
I think that we can, talk and make
Okay.
these things all in English. And it's not about just translating. I think it's when somebody has a great idea how to put this thing up from his or her point of view. For example, another tip and trick, as everybody does out there, a lot of people like you do out there, then we can patch things together, give it some kind of a branding that it's called OneNote-Masterclass or something like this, and rock the world with this.
Love it. And, that's like my thing is like, I have become so passionate about just online communities and bringing people together and sharing knowledge, and to see it happen is just so like cool. Like sometimes someone will write a comment in one of my videos and I'll say, geez, I don't know the answer, but if anyone does know, and then someone will comment with the answer, and it's amazing. I love it. All right. So the links for all of that are in the description of the video. And I guess we have covered that. So is there anything else we need to talk about with the masterclass, or can we jump back into questions?
I think I say thank you for the chance to put this on, put this out, because it's not exactly about the planner, but it's the planner is one part of the masterclass. So it's good to see the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wanted to. I'm really glad we got to talk about it too, and it seems like people are really excited about it. So, okay, so couple of questions. Love it. Stephen says, "OneNote goodness in action. Thank you both for making this happen." You're welcome, Stephen. Elizabeth says it was worth the waiting. Thanks a million. And then the Gated Trail Rider says, "Very nice job." Well, thank you. So Denise had two questions. She wants you to go back to your daily page, first of all.
Yep.
And she said, how did you make the big block on the right with the blank background and then the grid at the bottom?
That's just an easy thing to do. I will create it from scratch. If you see it, then it's very, very easy. If, for example, you put in a table and you put into this table another table, then you can make really cool things. Like, for example, you put in the background of the first table with a shading, let's call it purple, of course, OneNote purple. And then if you put in the shading of the inner cell in white, then you get a kind of border. So that's one thing I really love. And to get the big white thing, it's just not enter. It's shift enter, and then you get the idea of how to create one big cell. One big cell within a table with a border right now. And it's, how do you call it in English? I'm not sure, but
it's like a frame. It looks like a sticker almost,
So it's shift plus enter to get this cell bigger.
And then I think she was asking, because on the right hand of your daily page, you have blank paper on top and then graph paper on the bottom. I think she was asking about that.
So that's exactly the same thing I did here. I put in an icon and the shift enter thing, and this is just another.
Oh, you just put in like it's like a digital PNG file or something.
Yeah, it's just a picture of a crossed paper.
It's so simple, but it's so clever.
Yeah,
that's so amazing.
That's you have to think about once, and then it's easy if you've seen it once.
And you know what's so
thanks to all the people who are out. I'm not coming up with these things. I'm not inventing these things. That's the power of community. I've learned these things from OneNote gurus out there. So.
Yeah, and it's so cool that so you have this planner, you sell it, and instead of being all like, oh, I'm going to keep it secret, it's just for me. It's like, oh, let me show you how to do it. I mean, I love that. I think that's so cool. So hopefully, and I think Denise, we answered your other question too. How did you make the table with the tall row height?
So I think that was this one.
Probably, yeah.
Or this maybe she meant this one with a so that's very easy because I just used a bigger font there.
Gotcha.
So,
So
if
that top
the
one
question-
has a bigger font than all the
yeah.
other rows of that
So
table.
it's because this icon is also emoji 20 points, and therefore this is the same, and therefore it's getting bigger.
Yeah, Denise says thanks. That was
Oh.
it. That was the multiple enters like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's how you get like a nice tall cell if it's blank. Okay. So Miriam wants to know, is there a possibility to implement the planner in a Teams school community, or would I have to buy a calendar for each class I give?
So actually, I think it's up to you how you use this, and if you once got the license, you can use it, of course, for whatever you want. Because as the process is to copy the sections into your planner, what you actually want to use. So it's not a one-time thing where I put up a planner and then you can use it. It's just you get access to this template, and then you can multiply it. Of course, it would be nice if you're multiplying it by 1,000 or something like this, that there would be some special fees or special thanks to me. But I have heard that some schools are really using this planner within Teams. So they just put in right into Teams the dedicated sections where, for example, they fill in the monthly plan. So the students came up just onto this section within the Teams, within a Teams tab. And as it is collaborative, everybody can write in, or if you know how to hack OneNote, as I pointed out before, and deal with some rights management, then you can really make something like a teacher or education plan out of this.
That
So
is incredible. I never even thought of that you could do this as a shared notebook. And, you know, if you had like a department, you guys could all be writing on it together. Like, that's amazing. Wow. Okay. So Melissa wants to know if you have masterclass videos for free on YouTube. My teacher colleague would love some masterclass. And you do have some stuff on YouTube, but it's not the same as what's in the masterclass.
No,
right?
so actually the feature videos I do have a lot of on my YouTube channel, of course, but the masterclass videos are prepared all with the same look and feel. And actually, you can register for a one-day free trial. Somebody will say, "Wow, just one day," but you get access to a lot of things in this one day, and if I make it longer, then nobody would jump into the membership. I'm open to this. So, but you can easily try it for one day and have a look what the video is all about, and have a look at the tips and tricks. It's all in German, so yeah, probably that's the problem.
Yeah.
The biggest problem. But
okay. So yeah, Denise just said that you did answer her question, but she thought maybe you had figured out a row height hack.
No.
Because she's like someone too who's like way far ahead. Like she always has like the hacks and the tips and stuff. So, but okay. So Miriam says that was the person who asked about deploying it in Teams. She said that's so cool. Thanks. We're just getting started with Teams, and I need some really good arguments from my colleagues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I had one other question about the masterclass. Is it mostly educators, and is it mostly geared toward education, or is it, valuable for everybody?
I think my background is education, so I see everything with an educator's eye, what you can do, and there's a big emphasis, of course, on the OneNote class books. But coming back to the feature videos, they're all about everything you can do in OneNote. So how to set up sections, how you use icons, how you create internal links, how you make the best of embedding documents and so on, and what are some hidden features or some not so well known about OneNote. So I think I covered pretty everything what OneNote can do.
Yeah.
And I'll open just the feature page again if I can make some more advertising on this. So you can easily guess from this, and it's not that difficult to translate right now. So it's about audio, it's about how to print, what you have to think about when you print out OneNote things, what you can embed, not just the links and the description like on the Microsoft website, with actual examples, what works, what doesn't work, and some ideas on this. And yeah, of course, some shortcuts, version, how you can make use of formatting with all this kind of stuff. And yeah.
Cool. So Melissa, who asked the question about the videos being on YouTube, she said, thank you. I'll let the German language teacher take a look. So that's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
And then Reginald,
just if she wants a special access or something like that, feel free to reach out to me, and we get in contact and look what we can do, because there are already some schools jumping on board, and I offer some. If they just want the feature videos, then we implement them in their environment. So that's all possible for me.
Wow, that's really cool. So yeah, Melissa, have your have someone from your team reach out to Kurt, because he's very resourceful and very helpful. So Reginald has a tip for us. If you want to put content in a box with a border, you can use a one cell table. The one cell will grow as much as needed to encase the content inside of one box. That's a good reminder, because you can put like a bunch of stuff in a one cell table. Like you could put an image, some text, and some handwriting, and it all stays inside that one cell. So thank you for that, Reginald. And so this is just a general OneNote question. ON wants to know if you use OneNote for Zettelkasten. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's a note-taking system.
I never heard of that, so I can't imagine how to work with this. But I think the biggest benefit of OneNote is that you can make it to work for you, and that's what I always say. There are no limits.
Yeah,
you can just create whatever you want.
And, back to ON, I think I want to try and find a speaker for my monthly live stream series on that, because I get that question fairly often. I have heard of Zettelkasten, and it's a way of like linking notes indefinitely. Like if, and it started with, I think the guy was like a scientist or a researcher before there was computers, and he had used a numbering system to link his notes up. So Melissa says, thank you. And then Linda says, sharing. To have interactive projects, I'm connecting ClickUp, and there's a free version to it. It's cool. Oh, so yeah, ClickUp's kind of like a project management tool, and I think you can add it to Teams. Very cool. Very good tip there, Linda. And so I think we're just about done here. We've tackled all the questions on the planner. We have tackled the masterclass. And Kurt, we've been on for over an hour, and there are still 30 people with us. How awesome is that?
Perfect.
I love it. Thank you all so much for staying on. I mean, that's just incredible to me. And we're going to wrap it up. So if you have any final questions for Kurt, go ahead and type those into the chat box now. And all of the information you need to reach Kurt or anything he talked about, it'll be in the description. And if you do need anything, just leave a comment below, and I will get the answer for you. But if you have questions about the planner or the masterclass, send those to Kurt. And Kurt, thank you so much for being here. It was so much fun to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for working across a 9-hour time difference. That's been really great. And it was just really nice to have you on my channel. And I think, everyone's saying great job. You were awesome. And someone's saying wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. Is that a Kurt thing?
No, I think it's referring to the COVID crisis.
Oh, okay.
Where everybody tells we have to wash hands and be careful, and so hopefully everything turned out great.
Yes. And so Elizabeth wants to know, do I offer these sessions regularly? So Elizabeth, Kurt is the first of 7 creators that I'm hosting this fall who create planners specifically for OneNote. So I will have, after Kurt, I'll have 6 more people doing this exact type of presentation where they're going to give you a tour of their planner and answer questions about it. In addition to that, I also do a monthly kind of like a video podcast where I have a guest, and the guest will present a OneNote related topic. And so that happens just about every month. That's called the Take Note Chat, and it happens here on my channel. Sheila says, thank you. Oh, Paul says, devil horns. And so if you like this chat, hit that like button, that's the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more of this, like that stuff I just described, as well as OneNote tutorials and guests, hit the subscribe button so you get notified when they happen. So thank you so much for spending some time with us. It was my pleasure to host you and to host Kurt, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.